What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a banger of a video. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Drop a like if you do, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, what are you waiting on? Smash the sub button. And also, go to the description and smash the sub button on my new podcast channel. The Gobcast is launching soon. Remember, click the link in the description. If you search it, you're not going to find it, so make sure to click the link in the description of this video. There's already many different fake channels of my podcast out there, so make sure you're subscribed to the one that is linked below, and only that one. Thank you guys for supporting that channel. I hope you guys are as excited as I am about that podcast, and without further ado, let's dive into this video. So, this one actually happened a really long time ago, and I never made a video about it, honestly, because I kind of fucking forgot about it. But recently, this dude followed me on Instagram, and I recognized him, and I was like, holy fuck, I forgot about this kid. You guys ever have one of those moments where, there's someone you used to kick it with, and you fell off, and, years later, you see them on, I don't know, whether it's social media or just anywhere, and it opens the floodgates. You're like, fuck, this tweaking ass dude, That's what happened to me, and that's why this video is happening today. So, Mike, if you're watching this, shout out to you. Fake ass name, but we don't use real names too often around here on this channel, so let's dive into it. Now, this happened back in my sophomore year of high school, towards the very end of the year, and, I was very young, and at the time, all I really did was drink and smoke a little bit of weed. At this point, I still hadn't done any pills, any Xanax yet. I hadn't even tried triple C's yet. And I was very early into my kind of drug use, I hadn't done many of the things that you guys know me for doing nowadays. The crack video was still a ways away from this incident. So, at this time in my life, I was just drinking and smoking. I had gone to school on this particular day, and, I had brought with me a small amount of Smirnoff, I poured it in a water bottle, and I had, maybe 3/4 of a water bottle, which was a pretty generous amount, right? Now, I brought it to school, and I was drinking it throughout the day, and, lunch period rolled around, and Mike and I shared the same lunch period. So, when he came over to my table and I told him about the water bottle, he was intrigued. He was like, yo, I'll give you $10 to get me fucking wasted. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, dude, that's pretty much a whole nother bottle of Smirnoff. Deal. So, I pour him up nice and good, right? We're at lunch, so he goes and grabs a couple of those little orange juice cups, and we're pouring up like kings. We're slamming these things. There's something about those little fucking paper cartons that orange juice comes in that is just slammable. They are made to be infused with liquor, okay? And we took advantage of that. We are down in these fast as fuck, and within our short lunch period, our short but sweet lunch period, I got fucking slapped. Before I knew it, we were through pretty much the entire water bottle, and I was drunk as fuck. You know that feeling that you get off that cheap liquor where you just get that burning sensation in you, right? You only get it off that real cheap vodka, that Smirnoff, that Kettle One, that real bottom shelf shit, That's that feeling I had going through me, and I was fucked up out of my mind. Now, obviously, I wasn't going to my next class, and neither was Mike. At this point, Mike and I were good friends. We got drunk together outside of school fairly often, so this was nothing new to us. We were like, yo, let's just go to the library and chill out. So we go over to the library and we sit in the back corner, right? Skip on our next class, and we've still got a small amount of this vodka left, right? The Smirnoff. So we finish it off. Now, pretty quickly, we realized that we want to get more drunk. Urgently. We had nothing to smoke, we had no weed, and all I had was the $10 that he gave me. That was all he had as well, so I don't think we were going to find any decent weed at school this day. So we decided, granted a drunk decision, but we decided pretty quickly, yo, fuck this, let's go get some more liquor. So we walked down the classic art and music hallway. There's this one particular hallway, pardon me. Why did I just say highway? I'm fucking stupid right now. Either way, we walked down this hallway, and there's one particular hallway at the high school that I went to, where if you wanted to skip, you would usually want to go out the door at the end of it, because it was just empty. No one fucking likes art or music, so obviously no one was ever in this part of the school. So we could get out absolutely scot-free, unnoticed pretty much every time, and that's what we did. We walked out this door, and it led to the backside of the school, so after getting out, you had to loop around the school, which, I guess looking back at it, that's a stupid-ass plan because probably hella people saw us from their classrooms, but also, we thought we were very intelligent, and we were drunk, so we didn't really care that much. So we walk out, and we walk around to the side, back to the front of the school, right? Because behind the school is pretty much nothing, just a giant parking lot, right? So we walk to the front of the school, and we immediately skedaddle and try to walk to the grocery store. Maybe 5-10 minutes later, we're on our way, and I am fucking wasted. I'm starting to feel really nauseous, right? I'm not feeling good at all. I say to Michael, I'm like, yo, bro, we might have to, take a break or something. I'm really not feeling good. So we go and we sit down real quick. There's this little bench that we saw, and it was actually kind of nice. There was this little lake, it was a nice neighborhood we were walking through. I walked through this neighborhood all the time to get home, and, we sat at the bench and chilled out, and I was very nauseous. So I got up and I went and puked, right? I got maybe 3 steps away from the bench and just vomited all over, right? Luckily not all over myself, but pretty aggressive vomiting. It was so aggressive that Mike came over and started patting my back. He was like, yo, you all right, dude? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good. I think I need some water, though. Neither of us had any water, so, we had to act fast. We start speed walking. As soon as I got done puking, I felt a lot better, but I was also more sober. And I was like, bro, I didn't skip school to vomit. We got to go get more liquor, dude. Come on. Let's do this shit the right way. I don't know how I did this shit when I was a kid. Just go get drunk on the shittiest vodka, throw it up, and then do it again immediately. I don't know how I did that shit as a kid, because now I could never. But either way, we start walking to the store, and we get to the Jewel Osco that was right next to my school. Legendary place. I think if you guys have watched enough of my videos, have probably heard countless stories about me going into this place and just ransacking it, taking all of their loot, all of their jewels, their goods, and this day was no exception to that. Mike and we walked in, and it was the middle of the day on a weekday, so it was dead as hell. Almost nobody in there. We went straight to the liquor section and grabbed ourselves. Now, looking back at it, I don't know why we were like this. We could have grabbed any bottle in that goddamn store, and we still went and grabbed another bottle of Smirnoff. The one regret I have about my youth is I wish I stole better shit. I was already stealing. The crime was already committed. I should have grabbed some nicer shit for myself at least, But I was grabbing just the bottom shelf shit. Dude, we were going in and stealing Jack Daniels, bro. We could have been grabbing nicer stuff like Henny, but nope. Nope, we're stealing Jack Daniels, we're stealing fucking Smirnoff, we're stealing, if it came down to it, some UV Blue, Bombay Sapphire, that shit tastes like battery acid. But either way, so we grab another bottle of Smirnoff and just skedaddle the fuck out immediately. Now, we didn't really think very hard about this because I realized once we walked out that I forgot to get myself an actual drink, We didn't have any chaser. I didn't have anything to wash the vomit taste out of my mouth. So we walked out of this place, right? And it was easy as taking candy from a baby. Maybe I didn't get descriptive enough with how easy this was, but quite literally, the liquor section is 5 feet away from the door. So you just grab a bottle and just walk the fuck out. There's no people guarding or tending the door. There's no one watching. There's 4 employees in the whole goddamn store that I've seen at this point, right? And none of them are anywhere near this exit. There's there's a pharmacy section that can see you, but what's the pharmacist gonna do? Come tackle me? Hell no, dude. You run outside, I'm gonna take your key, run back there, and steal all the Xanax. But either way, so we get out and we're walking through the parking lot. We put the bottle in our bags and we walk to the gas station that's across the street from this grocery store. We go in there and with the $10, I'm like, yo, I'll throw it. Don't worry about it, bro. I got you. So I threw down my $10 and grabbed us some bevies, I grabbed us the cheapest chasers I could find, which obviously were the Arnold Palmer's boys. You cannot go wrong with the Arnold Palmers, gents. So we grab those, and we're good to go. We skedaddle on out of this gas station, and we pour up some more. We actually went back to the bench I vomited at and sat down and just had a ball. Now, at this point, I couldn't go home, and I didn't really think about that. I should have thought a little harder about that, but you know, the reason I couldn't go home is because when I would leave for school at this point, my mom stopped doing this eventually, but at this point, she had set like an alarm system put in for a fairly short period of time because I was on demon time and I was sneaking out all the time. And whenever I was supposed to be at school, you know, I was supposed to be in the house, she would set the alarm. So like, if I skip school in the middle of the day, I can't just come home. She would know, you know? So I realized that pretty quickly as we're sitting on this bench. I'm like, bro, I'm pretty fucking drunk and there's nowhere for us to go. It is like noon right now. Not even. It is like 11:30, you know? Like the day is just beginning, you know? My school lunch, mind you guys, was at like 10 a.m. I had third period lunch. The worst curse they could have ever placed on me. No, actually in sophomore year, I'm pretty sure I still had third period, bro. Either way, it was early as fuck in the day at this point. Nowhere near the school day ending. So none of my friends were out. I couldn't hit anyone up. So we're just sitting on this bench scheming, dude. We're like, how are we going to do something? Like, Mike lives nowhere near here, right? Nowhere near. He doesn't have a car. So it's not like we can go sit in his car and just chillax, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting and I'm like, bro, fuck. At this point, I had a car, but I was not allowed to drive it to school at this point. My parents took my access to my car very often, right, as a punishment. This was one of those periods where I was not allowed to drive my car to school, right? So I was sitting there and I was like, bro, I can't even go get my goddamn car keys, bro. Like, I'm locked out of my crib for the next, 3 hours, you know? Like, my mom has this little app where she would fucking unlock the alarm. Dude, it was a terrible system. But either way, we're sitting on this bench trying to figure shit out. I'm calling everyone I know, and I mean absolutely fucking everyone. And Mike is also calling absolutely everybody that he knows. We can't find anybody, so we walk over to this Burger King. And, you know, I don't know how I managed to sit through this, but we sat in this Burger King that was right next to my high school for 3 hours until school ended and I could go home. Like, it was terrible. He actually went and just caught the bus home. Like, he just walked back over to the school. All we did was sit in this Burger King and get belligerently fucking drunk. So once we got to this Burger King, we're pouring up in our own Arnold Palmers, which at this point were pretty warm, and we were already pretty drunk walking there. The vodka was also warm at this point because the only places it had been was either out in the sun or in the backpack. So, this shit was toasty. Now, luckily we were in a Burger King, so we managed to get a cup of ice, but still, even then, we were drinking warm vodka on the way there, so the walk was not friendly to us. When we were sitting down in the Burger King, I got nauseous again. I thought I had to throw up, and Mike, mind you, was holding this down like a champ. He was drinking as much as me. We were sitting there taking shots together. Honest to God, I don't know how the BK employees didn't say anything, because we were very obviously high school kids, and very obviously drunk as fuck. Dude, I remember I got up to order some shit. When I got us the cup with some ice in it, I got us a thing of fries with the extra $5-6 I had left in my pocket to split, you know? Gotta feed the gang, you know what I'm saying? So I got us some fries with that shit, and I was trying to say fries, and I kept stuttering. I remember I was embarrassed, dude. This is one of those moments that I was still thinking about the next day. I was so embarrassed. I was like, let me get dude, I couldn't fucking do it, dude. I was stumbling on my own words, so I was getting embarrassed. And he's like, oh, fries? I was like, yeah, large, for sure. Yep, that's the one I want. So obviously, I got the fries, but it was humiliating. I was wasted. I was trying to hold it together in this bathroom, but I might have puked in my mouth a little bit, but it didn't come all the way out. I held it together. So I guess I wasn't trying to hold it together. I did hold it together. And that's really good for me. But I skipped school for the vast majority of the day. I only stayed for 3.5 of my 8 class periods I had. So obviously, my mom got a phone call about my absence, which, was a very common occurrence. They didn't always call when I skipped, but that's because usually I would try to skip later in the day, or I wouldn't actually leave campus, I would maybe just skip a couple periods, and chill in maybe my car or a friend's car, something like that, and then come back. But I skipped the whole damn day pretty much. So obviously they were calling about that, and my mom was fucking pissed. I mean, honestly, I should have just gone home and turned the alarm off. I don't know why I didn't, do that, because I should have realized that they were just going to call anyways. But either way, this was probably the biggest waste of a skip day ever, and I wanted to share the story with you guys because Mike reminded me of it. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, gamers.